Okay, continuing on. Eating and being clean. Take, for example, Noah in Genesis 6. He was commanded to take 7 of the clean animals and 2 of the unclean. He had to differentiate between clean and unclean. Shh, I'm reading. Missy says hi. He had to, sorry, I already read that part. Sorry, I lost my track. In Leviticus, we find out what that means. The clean animals are related to their digestion. Clean animals have multiple stomachs and chew the cud. This might sound gross, but it means that they consume it, digest it, regurgitate it, chew it again, digest it again, and so on until they extract all the nutrients. Unclean animals don't chew the cud. The food just passes right through them. That's why dogs are considered unclean. I can attest to this, as just this morning I had to clean up a mess from my dog. Cleanliness and holiness are related to how you eat. An animal that chews the cud is a restful animal. Cows, for instance, just stand there digesting, chewing, and redigesting. They are not worried about anything but what they're digesting. This reminds me of Mary and Martha. Martha was busy serving, while Mary sat at the feet of Jesus, absorbing every word. Amen. He commended her, saying, "She's chosen the better part." There wasn't a command for Mary to choose that. In the natural, it looked like she should have gotten up and helped Martha, but instead, she chose the tree of life, which are the words of Jesus. Amen. God says, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God." Matthew 4:4. And Jesus, referring to the living bread from heaven, said, "Unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no life in you." John 6:53. He also said, "My words are spirit and life." John 6:63. So the kind of person you are truly depends on what. So the kind of person you truly are depends on what you're eating and how you're eating it. Clean and unclean are determined by what you consume and how you consume it. Jesus warned us not to give our treasure to pigs or cast our pearls before swine or give our treasure to unclean animals. Why? Because they can't digest it, they can't appreciate it, and they will turn and attack you. Amen. And an unclean person is someone who cannot understand spiritual things because he does not have the Spirit of God in him. Matthew 7:6, 1 Corinthians 2:14. Amen. Meditation and digestion of the Word are crucial. That's why I recommend people to memorize the Word. The point is not merely reading the Word, but having the Word within you. A word you've meditated on. Take, for instance, how I meditated on Romans 6-8 for years, endeavoring to understand what it meant that I died with Christ. I wasn't able to understand it until I believed it. I wasn't able to believe it until that word was so embedded in me that I was always meditating on it. Amen. The word got into me as a kind of food. It sprung up within me, was assimilated into me, and washed me from within. And then the understanding comes. Amen. Many times the light doesn't come until life comes. Until you're washed with it, you don't understand it. It's spiritual. The Word is spiritual. The Word is spirit and life. It's talking about the Scriptures at this point. We're talking about the Scriptures at this point. All types of food in the wilderness and in the good land are Christ as our satisfaction. Jeremiah 15:16. But how is he made available? In the words, "Your word was found, and I did eat it, and it was sweet to my taste." Psalm 119:103. Peter said, desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow by it. And if indeed and if indeed you've tasted that God is gracious, 1 Peter 2:2 and 3. There's a taste. That's why I'm in the word so much. It has a satisfying taste. It's food. Amen.